Alright guys, Bungie just dropped an update on us about Trials of Osiris, stating the revamp begins. As announced in the Destiny 2 showcase, we have some changes planned for Trials of Osiris, mode changes, matchmake tuning, and more. If you're a Trials novice, here's a quick breakdown on what to expect on September the 10th, 2021. We want to make Trials more accessible, no matter your skill level or fireteam size. We want to make Trials more rewarding, whether you're winning matches or earning reputation with Same 14. We want to make Trials more engaging, testing out changes to elimination, and reintroducing labs to Destiny 2. If that's all you needed to hear, great. Check back in a few weeks for the full suite of patch notes. Below, you'll find some in-depth walkthroughs of our goals and the changes we're making to achieve them. Today, Rituals lead Alan Blaine is on the hot seat. So starting with goals. Hey everyone, this is Alan Blaine, the Rituals lead, and I'd like to talk with you about Trials of Osiris. Trials has a few issues that we'd like to address, each somewhat interlinked: population, rewards, and matchmaking. We believe Trials of Osiris plays best for everyone when it has a large, diverse population of players who are all chasing rewards and competition for a wide variety of reasons. Too often, Trials has just two populations: the flawless or bust crew, or folks who just want to get the 3-win reward for the weekend and get out. While we support both of these mindsets, having a majority of players falling into just two camps is not healthy for Trials. With that in mind, we are undertaking a series of targeted changes to help support more players with more in-game goals. Some of these changes are subtle, some are quite large, some have been suggested by the player base, and some might be a surprise. Before we dig in, let's outline a few of our development goals. Get more people playing, doing something besides flawless or bust, and resetting their card once they take a loss, feeling like they can win more often, feeling like rewards are on par with other similar activities in the game, and embracing movement, conflict, and resolution during a match. Now, scheduling. First and foremost, Trials will be taking a short hiatus at the beginning of Season 15. In our goals of maintaining a healthy population, we like to remove issues where players are torn between multiple PvP or in-game goals for a given weekend. So we're making the following changes for all future seasons starting in Season 15. No Trials in Week 1 or before a Raids World first. Week 1 should be about exploring new content, features, and tunings, as well as finding and using new weapons and exotics. No Trials during Iron Banner. Overlapping limited time PvP events aren't good for the health of either game modes. I do agree with that. Trials of Osiris will return on September the 10th, 2021. Now let's dig into the changes to the overall mode and its reward structure, starting with access changes. We're making some changes to provide broad access to more players. While Trials is a highly competitive PvP environment, the bar to enter feels far too high. So first, we reduce the requirement for Trials access quests to use lifetime Valor ranks and kills. This should open Trials to more long-term Crucible dabblers. Trials now allows queuing and matchmaking without a full fire team. We want to allow more players to try the mode out and start earning rewards, even if they don't have a fire team. You can enter the playlist solo or with a friend, and matchmaking will fill the rest of your fire team for you. Freelance Trials, no pre-made fire team, solos only, will also be available via labs. More on that below. Going flawless on your own will be hard to impossible, but we are sure someone will do it thanks to the other players they match up with. Yeah, it will be difficult, guys, because you just don't know. You don't know who's on your team. Sometimes you have the best blueberries in the world, and sometimes, well, they're not that good. I think Comp is a great example of this. Trials of Osiris now requires the annual expansion to play. There it is. There's the paywall. In our efforts to strengthen security around the Trials experience, we're removing opportunity for players to create numerous free accounts to circumvent cheat detection, bans, and restrictions. This is beyond light for Season 15, and will then change to Witch Queen once it launches. Guys, this is excellent. What this means is when a cheater does have their account banned, inevitably, they will have to drop $40 on another expansion to get back into the game, on top of leveling up and doing everything else. Now, activity rule set changes. Over the last few seasons, we've been taking a look through player feedback and internal playtest notes to target specific pain points. The following changes should help reduce stalling gameplay and snowballing behavior that makes it harder to catch up once you are behind. Round time is now being reduced to 90 seconds from 120 seconds. Stalling to wait for ability energy is not fun for either the winning or losing team. This will not eliminate stalling, but will lessen the amount of stalling that can take place. We will talk about other plans to help this further down in the article. This is actually great though, guys. Quicker rounds means quicker cards, and on some levels, Trials is actually turns into a game of endurance, considering how long certain games can go. Now, emotes stay in first-person camera, and swords can't be equipped unless you have ammo. This change in elimination and survival rifle also. If you run out of sword ammo while using it, you will be forced swapped to a different weapon. This removes the ability for players to secretly peek around corners without putting themselves in danger. Huge, guys. Many trial players, we've been asking for this for so long. Thank God it's finally happening. Special and heavy ammo no longer carry over between rounds. Oh! Having the winning team keep all collected ammo, but the losing team getting set back to default creates too big of a snowballing advantage. Now, this is not the ammo that you get by default, the 2 rounds that you get. What Bungie's essentially trying to do here with these changes, guys, is keep you, the winning team, that are like 2 or 3 rounds up from carrying 20 rounds of special into the next round. Now, once these changes are live, we'll be watching the conversation to see what changes should be prioritized next. Alrighty then. Now, rewards and reputation. This is the big one, boys. This is really going to be the deciding factor of whether or not you do trials. As mentioned above, we like to give players more reason to play past 3-win rewards. As such, we are opening up more rewards to more players more often. Saint 14 will be receiving a full reputation overhaul and be gaining the ability to focus trial Engrams to specific rewards. Adept weapons will continue to require full flawless passage to be earned. Now, Saint 14 is getting new trial ranks, reputation, and reward tracks. Trial tokens have been retired. Reputation is gained at match complete based on the number of rounds won on your ticket. Now, your ticket tracks up to 20 round wins. Now, emphasizing winning individual rounds for the core rewards gives every player more achievable goals at all skill levels. Since you don't have to win full matches to get the rewards, you always have a reason to keep trying even if you are behind. Dude, that's so true, man. You get down a couple rounds, I see so many players just throw the towel in and just go, we're done. And I've even had people just leave the game. With it being round-based like this, though, you're gonna fight all the way to the end. And who knows, you may actually even pull off the game win. Now, ranking up gives you trials Engrams. More on that in a bit. Powerful trial Engrams show up every 3 rank ups before your first reset of the season. Just like other ritual reputations, there are other rewards to earn every 3 ranks, and trial ranks has one of the unique trial weapons at rank 10 and rank 16 for each of the first 3 resets of season 15. Looky here. Okay, yeah, essentially the same layout that we've seen for all of our other ritual playlists. Now, passages. One of the most restrictive things about the prior trial system was the emphasis on winning, and winning often to get any rewards. While winning matches will still pave the road to the lighthouse, we're making some changes to let players enter the activity and earn rewards without having to reset their passages frequently. So, starting with passages, they no longer track losses. A passage is either flawless or it's not. This allows you to keep playing and earning match and round wins for rewards. Players may continue to reset their passage after a loss, but are no longer forced to after 3 losses total. Oh, I gotcha. So it'll still be a flawed passage if you lost past your mercy, but you can continually keep going up, winning rounds, etc. Passages track up to 20 rounds won. Passages have been reordered. Mercy is not super useful unless you are trying to go flawless, and have all had their prices significantly reduced. Oh, thank God. Passages are now account wide. You could play and earn rewards on any of your characters on the same passage. Well, looky there! And more incentive to do other things outside of mercy, ferocity, wealth, etc. Now, each week, there are 2 pinnacle challenges for trials. Win 7 matches total on a given weekend, win 50 rounds. Now, bonus progress based on the number of wins on your card. 3, 5, and 7 win challenges have been removed. Once you max out the reputation, you can reset and claim an Ascendant Shard and an exotic Engram. Like the other ritual reputations, trials, ranks, and rewards reset each season. Additionally, we like to keep players going deeper into their cards, rather than resetting each time they lose a match. Match wins on a 7-win card have a chance to drop extra trial Engrams, masterworking materials, and high stat trials armor. So again, you don't have to reset your card. You can keep playing it all the way until you get to 7 wins, and the 7-win card, whether it's flawless or not, will drop you these things. Now, the Lighthouse experience isn't changing. A unique pinnacle adept weapon each week the first time you visit it on your account. All of the mods and cosmetics are available in the chest to reward return visits. Alrighty, now moving on to the Trials Engram. As mentioned above, we'll be overhauling Trial Engrams to give players more direct ways to earn trial rewards. Trial Engrams now decrypt to random selections from current armor and non-adept weapons. You do not need to unlock a piece of armor or weapon before it shows up in the Engram. You can focus your Engrams at Saint 14 to decrypt specific items that you have already received. If you have gone flawless that week, you can focus additional drops of the weekly adept weapon, but expected to be a bit expensive. Wow! Dude, I like targeted loot. Trials has been needing it for a long time, guys. This is good stuff. Now, matchmaking. We believe that card-based matchmaking is very valuable and can add significant drama at the right time, but it is best when all players participating have the same end goal or have similar performance characteristics. Too often, flawless or bust players get mixed in with players that have different goals and skill sets, and that misalignment can cause problems. So now, you can start matchmaking with players that have the same number of wins on the card with similar trials game performance of the given week. We have a bunch of different factors planned, and we'll be watching and tuning these to balance match quality versus matchmaking time. So it's a combination here of win-based matchmaking based on how many wins are on your card and skill-based matchmaking. Now, it's interesting. It's skill-based matchmaking based on that given week of trials and not necessarily your overarching skill level throughout Crucible. So this can change drastically. And even for me, guys, it changes so much weekend to weekend because depending on the map, some maps I'm really, really good at, and then some maps I'm terrible at. Regardless though, depending on your performance of that weekend, that also will play a role in who you matchmake with. Now, if matchmaking takes too long, it widens the similarity check until it finds enough opponents for the match to start. And yes, I do think matchmaking might have somewhat of a struggle finding you the right opponents and may even match you up with the same opponents back to back. Now, security updates. Yesterday, we announced a list of updates to our Destiny 2 security policy in our goals of increasing the Trials population. We're also looking to protect our players, the competitive environment of Trials, and its rewards. The article covers the following: BattleEye anti-cheats, initiatives outside the digital realm, win trading, and account recoveries. Yes, there is a full article, guys. We covered it on the stream yesterday, but essentially, account recoveries of whatever type will get banned. If there is someone who is being paid, even if they're being paid in follows and subscribers on Twitch, if there's any type of transaction occurring, that streamer will be banned from Destiny 2, and whatever the account is will also be banned. And the reason why they're going to be able to do this is because BattleEye's anti-cheat will pick up the discrepancies in a person's KD. If you're a 0.5 and a recovery gets on your account and you shoot up to a 2.5 for that weekend, your account will get banned. And the other note on this, guys, about account recoveries, even if no transaction takes place, as in the person doing the recovery is your best friend and he's just doing it for free for you, you can still get banned. Bungie is making an aim to stop all win trading and account recovery at all costs, and BattleEye will be there to pick up on those details. Now, moving on to Trials Labs. While we're excited for all these changes, and we're also looking forward to the future, what other improvements could be made down the road to benefit the playlist? We like to give you all the opportunity to try out some things we're thinking of. For veteran Crucible players out there, you may recognize the name. It is time for the reintroduction of labs. Over the course of Season 15, we'll be running a number of Trials of Osiris lab weekends, where we will test out targeted changes and collect analytics and feedback from you. They will generally take over the entire mode for the weekend, so we can get as many players in as possible. We have 3 labs planned for Season 15. Capture Elimination Hybrid. One capture point activates 30 seconds after each round with an extended capture timer. Oh, okay. The capture location changes each round, as do spawn locations. Capturing it wins the round, or you can always just eliminate the other team. We believe that this will help further curb round stalling and has made matches during internal playtesting much more dynamic. However, we would like to get the opinion of a wider audience before making such significant changes to the mode in a more permanent fashion. It just sounds like another take on Countdown, but I like it. The main thing I like is the capture location changing each round, as well as spawn locations. You just gotta be careful about that, right? It does take 30 seconds before that cap point goes up, so spawn advantage won't be that big of a deal, but I'm actually really interested in this. Now, Trials Freelance, a separate node from the main Trials activity, where only solo players can queue. While we believe this is the right change in a vacuum, we aren't sure of splitting Trials into 2 matchmaking pools will deliver low matchmaking times and high quality play in both pools at the same time. Prove us wrong. Dude, this has been something so many solo players have been asking for. I personally like it in survival. Will it work out for Trials? We'll see. Now, no intro quests. One weekend where players who have never played in the Crucible can play. All right, so that means anybody can jump in. And consider there's a paywall now, I'm actually all right with this. Now, we don't have a firm date for each of the above lab weekends, but before they run, we'll let you know in a future TWAB on our various social channels and in the director. Since we know many of you are eager to dip your toes into solo queue Trials experience, we'll leave you you with one small hint. What month comes after September? October? As always, we reserve the right to adjust scheduling as needed and will be listening closely to your feedback. All right, so guys, that's what's happening. What they just talked about, the Capture Elimination Hybrid playlist, essentially Countdown 2.0, will rotate eventually for a weekend. Trials Freelance will also rotate in for a weekend, and depending on how people receive it, how much they like it, Trials Freelance may become a permanent playlist. Outside of that, guys, Matchmaking is added to Trials, which is a big one. Anti-cheat has been added, which is a big one, and it will be issuing auto bans starting in September. Account recoveries in any type of win trading occurring inside of Destiny 2 will be met with swift bans, and the reward structures overall, now rewarding you based on rounds won, will incentivize players to continue to fight their way to the top of the cards. Guys, I like these changes. Will it make Trials just the most wonderful experience right out the box on September 10th? Well, I think it's going to be a hell of a lot better than what we've experienced so far. And even if you do go inside of Trials and suffer, at least you're going to be compensated well for it. Well, fellas and ladies, thank you all for coming and watching. And as always,
slap that like button like your mama told you right.